Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Haha, happy Thursday. It's been a while, hasn't it? I'm going to apologize up front because we're liable to have a lot of shenanigans today, being that it's been so long since I've been live. I'm trying to find my video. There I am. If you are watching me live, be sure to say hello so I know that you're here. If you're catching this on my YouTube channel, be sure to give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't a subscriber. So I took some time off from doing lives. It's been crazy around here, and this old gal's getting old to try and fit everything in all the time. And so, I know it's just an excuse, but I'm back. So, hello. Anyway, this week we are going to be playing with the April Paper Pumpkin, and it came with a free gift. I'll show you the free gift. I'm using one of our empty inclusive kits. It came with this storage. Here we go. We're off and running. It came with this little storage organizer for your ink spots. I thought that was pretty cool. It'd be kind of fun if they sold these as a regular item, so that, because we all have all of those ink spots left over from either Paper Pumpkins or our all-inclusive kits, and it'd be nice to have them all in one spot, right? So that was your free gift this month. And let's see, I'll show you a little bit about the kit. It's called All the Little Things, and it came with, you can make 9 cards, 3 of 3 designs. We're going to use that. It came with some iridescent rhinestones. And here is the stamp set. If you can see that. Cute little sentiments. Here's one of the card front layers. Oh, that reminds me, I got to go get one of our blending brushes. And here's a couple of the die cuts. Came with 2 different spools of twine, Calypso Coral and Black. You can never have enough baker's twine in your life. And then here's one of the card fronts. Isn't that pretty? And, oh, these envelopes are beautiful because, I'm a blue girl. Just kind of a washed look on the envelopes, front and back. I can see cutting some of these up to make a card base, or a layer. And then it has some tags and labels. And here's some little flagged ends, some circle labels. Of course, I didn't make them according to how the kit shows. And then we're going to use one of these card bases. I hope I did cut it up good. One never knows in my world. And it came with some blank white card bases too. And then I'll show you the die cuts. Hold that aside. This is one that we're going to be using. You can see the foiling on it. And it has some pretty cool flower dies. They almost look like cherry blossoms, I think. And peonies. Aren't those pretty? And I did put one of those in. Here's one of the other die cuts. So I'll put this away because we don't need the rest of this today. And I'll show you what my creations were for the alternate projects. There's also a flyer that talks about this month's kit. It's going to be featuring our new in colors because, yay, the catalog is live. Hooray! The flyer shows this in black and white. I will have a picture of the completed one that shows all the different colors because this was printed before the colors were released. You can see the gorgeous box this will come in. I'll have information on that. Oh, there's a picture of the organizer. Isn't that cool? You know, if you so inclined, you could always trace that onto a piece of chipboard and create your own too. Not me. I'm too lazy for that. So, okay, let's set this aside. We'll get started on the project. We'll start with my scrapbook layout. I absolutely love the way this turned out. Of course, there's my sweet little Chloe girl. And I use a couple of the die cuts. I think these are better for scrapbooking than cards. That's just my personal opinion, because they're pretty bold, and I'd rather have it on a scrapbook layout. And then I used a piece of Early Espresso, and it's 12 by 12, a piece of Petal Pink, and a piece of Very Vanilla. Both of those are 12 by 12. I used one of the circle labels, and then I punched a scrap of Early Espresso with the 1 3/4 inch circle punch and layered those on there. Of course, I used the Calypso Coral twine on the back. Added a bunch of the rhinestones on here. I did my journaling using Early Espresso Stampin' Write marker. This sentiment right here is from the Very Best Occasions. We're celebrating Chloe's, well, it was last month. Last month was her birthday month. She turned 11. So I just thought these were perfect for her layout. And all the measurements will be on today's blog post, so you can get those there. Set that aside. And if you can hear my nasally voice today, I'll apologize. The allergies are running rampant around here. After 70 some inches or whatever we had, the pollen count around here is awful. Okay, so here's my first alternate using one of the card bases, or the layers, I should say. And then here's my second alternate, and we're going to be using the Color and Contour stamp set, and I already die cut our label using the scalloped contour dies. And there's the inside. And there's my envelope. I didn't create a second envelope for this one only because with those blue envelopes, you already have gorgeous envelopes to go with this. Let me grab a blending brush for that. Just a second. We didn't expect no walkaways, right? All right. Let's see what we're going to do here. Okay, so I have my card base here. And I'm just going to take this little layer. We'll do this first, get the messy part out first. And you can see I already used this little scrap to color once before. And we're going to use the Granny Apple Green, because that's the light green that's in the layer. The little ones, the smaller the blending brushes would probably work better, but being I had to walk away, this one was laying on my desk, so this is what we're going to use. So I'm just going to add some ink, and I want to come off the die cut so that it doesn't leave too many brush marks on it. And then we'll come over here and add some more color. Add some color here. And you can make this as light or as dark as you want. And I'm just going to bring in enough color to offset the label when I stamp on it. The ink spot for this month's kit was Shaded Spruce, so of course I'm going to use my regular size Shaded Spruce for my label. Get the stamp out. Okay, since it's a photopolymer, I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat. Set these things aside. Try not to be a hot mess, but you never know around here, especially since it's been so long. Okay. Set him aside. And this makes a beautiful thank you card. Make sure I'm on the right side of the die. Okay. We're just going to stamp this in here like that. Perfect. And then we'll close this up for a moment. Set that aside. You know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and add that to the back. I'm just going to use some Stampin' Seal. Make sure I've got it. Yeah, I do have it on the bottom. One never knows. So I'm just going to add that here to the bottom. And I want to add some more adhesive to the back so that I can add some of that gorgeous black twine. And this is one of those fussy bun type of techniques, putting your twine on the back. They never look the same. Some look better than others. All right, so I'm just going to stick that in there like this. I'm going to tuck these two pieces so that we don't have these ends. See what I mean about the fussy bun technique? Let's start over. Yes, it has been a while since I have been here live. All right, so I'm just going to wrap it around. And I'm going to pinch it in the middle. Which way is this going? I want it this way. Just going to lay it into the adhesive, just like that. And we're going to tuck that little edge right there. Okay. I think my allergy medicine's messing with my brain too. Okay, so now I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. So it'll be ready when we get the card front done. I think I added too much seal adhesive there. Okay, let's put one in the middle so it doesn't sag, just like that. Okay. And we'll set him down. Now we're going to pop out these little pieces here. And I have a piece of, it was a scrap of Balmy Blue. It measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is the same measurements as this layer here. And I'm just going to add some mini glue dots to add that to the layer. Guess I should have popped those out before I went on camera. Oh well, told you I was going to be a hot mess today. Here we are. Good thing we're only doing 2 cards, and they're pretty sweet and simple. Okay. I love the color palette on this layer, the blues and the greens, but then you know I'm a blue girl, so. And you've seen the walls in my studio. I have a combination of this shaded spruce and Pool Party. Okay, let's set those aside because we know we're going to need that here in a minute. So now I'm going to add the mini glue dots. And you could add, I think I added dimensionals on this. Yep, I did. I used dimensionals on the sample card. So they're going to be a little different. And in fact, the instructions may call for you to use mini glue dots. You know me, I never follow the directions on this, on the inside the kit. I'll put him here. Okay. Get all these guys out of here. And I'm going to add that layer. I was thinking to add it from the back, but I think I'll add it, lay this over the top. That way I can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And today I need all the help I can get. All right, let's move all these aside. Again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're just going to lay him on there. Try and get him a little bit straighter there. Whoops. Tell he's not stuck down yet. Okay. Oops. Okay, there he is. He's attached. Isn't that pretty? I like the way it brings out the balmy blue. Now we'll add some more dimensionals to the back. My card base is in shaded spruce, and it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. Get these guys off. And the inside layer is a piece of basic white that is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. There we go. Add him to the front, just like so. There we go. Okay. Now I'll add this guy to the front. I can get these off. Problem with using the take your pick tool to pull them off the backing sheet is when you poke a hole in them, they want to stick more to the dimensional. Come on, there we go. Okay. All right, we'll add him to the front. We're going to put him right here. Now, I'm going to color. You could absolutely put the iridescent rhinestones on there just the way they are, but I wanted to add some color. I'm using my dark shaded spruce stamping blends. Use this so you can see. And I'm just going to use the brush tip. I'm just going to lightly go around it. There we go. And it just gives it that green sheen. Put him aside. And I'll add these guys in the corner. There. Isn't that pretty? I love coloring our rhinestones and other embellishments with our Stampin' Blends. Just gives them a whole new look, and it gives you the chance to really get your projects to coordinate a little more. All right, so let's stamp. We're going to use, I didn't want to stamp a sentiment on the inside because since it's a thank you card, I'll be able to write what I want. So I'm just going to stamp this little guy on the inside. I did not stamp the flower. Oops, here. I did not stamp the flower on this one, but as I was pulling everything together for the video, I thought, you know, why not add some interest to it and add one of the flowers. Okay. Set that aside, and there's that little flower. We're going to stamp him in blue, in balmy blue. So, bring this guy back. And I want to stamp him off. Put him in the corner. Let's clean this guy off a little bit. And then we're going to stamp the flower. And I'm just going to add that. Got a lot of ink on that ink pad. We'll stamp him off too. Let's stamp him. You know what? I'm going to stamp him up here so that when I stamp my sentiment in shaded spruce without stamping off, it'll go right over that flower. Okay, we're done with these. Set those aside. Add this to the inside, and our first card will be done. There. Okay. Card number 1 is done. Let's move on to card number 2. There we go. I really hope this is taping because I haven't seen anybody, but, well, since I've been gone for so long, they probably forgot that I have a Facebook Live today. Aw, so sad. Okay, so this is one of the card bases. I cut the front to 4 by 5 1/4, and then here's the back of the card that I trimmed. It's the back of that card base, and I've trimmed it to 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to add this to the card front with some Stampin' Seal, just like this. And my card base is in Calypso Coral. I'll set him here. Okay. Now, I'm going to stamp the flower in Petal Pink. And the flower is from the Color and Contour stamp set. Set my card up here so I can see what I'm doing. All right. And again, I'm going to stamp off. And he's just going to go right in the middle of the card, of the layer. This piece of basic white is 1 7/8 by 3 1/4, and it's going to go on this layer. So now we're going to add some of that twine around our layer here, our scalloped rectangle, and we're going to tie it in a bow. I'm probably crazy for doing that. You know, I haven't been on Facebook Live in a while, but hey, you know, might as well jump into the deep end when you get the chance. Okay, so we're just going to wrap this around twice and tie this in a bow. Oh, how's that for the first time? Okay, let's bring this down a little bit. And we want him to go all the way to the side here so that this guy sits right next to the bow. So we're going to add some dimensionals on him. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, I got to stamp the sentiment. Oh, I'm glad I thought of that. Okay, so this is going to say, enjoy your day, and I'm going to stamp that in Calypso Coral. I can get it open. There we go. Poor little arthritic hands are having trouble this morning. And I'm just going to stamp this right here in the corner. Definitely one of my favorite ways of stamping is that two-step stamping. Let's close this up so we don't end up putting anything in the ink. Go back to adding some dimensionals to the back. That way it straddles the twine. Layer him just like so. And that sits right inside that the stitching on the rectangle. We'll add some more dimensionals. Okay, just like that. Take those off. I'll add him to my card front. Where did I put my card? Oh, here it is. It's hiding under my scrap. Ay. Okay, set him over the card base. Scissors, cut our little legs on this guy. And keep them a little bit long. There we go. He's kind of a sloppy bow, isn't he? Okay. I'll add some of those rhinestones that are hiding. That's a problem with these clear ones. You can hardly see where they are on the desk. All right, I'm just going to use a couple of the little ones in here. Add him like that. Cute. Set that aside. Now we'll do the inside. And again, I'm going to add that flower. And I'm going to stamp it off. So I'm going to stamp him right there. So I don't know if you can see that. Isn't that pretty? So subtle. And then I'm not going to put a sentiment on this one either. And then we'll add him to the inside, like so. Oh, there we go. Okay. And then for the envelope, I'm going to stamp that same flower to the front of the envelope. Move these guys over. I'll set him there. We're going to do the or stamp it in Calypso Coral. And I'll just tie everything all together, just like that. Oh, I love it. So fun and easy. You got all those card bases you can cut up. Let's clean up our mess here a little bit so that you can see our 4 cards. Set that down. That's our host code for the month if you'd like to shop with me. All right, so there's our second card. I think that, there we go. And card number 1. And the scrapbook layout again. Isn't that pretty with that foiling? I really like the way it turned out and her little face. I just want to kiss that face. All right, everybody. I thank you for taking your time, a little bit of time out of your day to watch my video. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. I just need to go over and finish up my blog posts. You go to scrapsbysissy.com. You'll find the post, and I'll have all of the dimensions down there for you and step-by-step instructions to what we did this morning on the video. This is the host code. I have links in there to shop, and there's also a link for shopping to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. Thank you again for stopping by, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye.